So I am franchise partner of Burn Bootcamp in Colorado Springs. So we are a female-focused gym that specializes in HIIT training. We have focus meetings for our members. We provide free childcare. We also have a floating floor, which a lot of our members miss right now. So it absorbs a lot of the shock out of your knees and your ankles. We really focus on community, bringing all of our members together, connecting them with other people, developing those relationships so that they have that accountability, so they have some long-lasting relationships, and then they just have a buddy that they can work out with during their camp time. And then today we have Candace. She's one of our trainers. She's been with us for almost a year now, and she is going to be showing us some workouts that you can do at home with some things that you might have at home if you don't have weights or things like that. Just some practical ways to get your body moving, to get in that exercise, to get those endorphins going, and to get motivated to get your day going.
Hi, I'm Candace, and I have a few household items behind me that you can use as weights. What we are known for at Burn is burst training, which is high interval intense training, and that's so effective because it produces your excess oxygen consumption rate, which leads to you having a boosted metabolism for at least 24 hours after each workout that you complete. So because we're known for HIIT, that is also something that is very simple to do at home because it's basically just working very hard for a short amount of time and then letting your body recover for about 10 to 30 seconds and then doing that again repeatedly for up to 45 minutes is ideal for those workouts. So here, you don't need a lot of heavy weights to challenge yourself at home. I have just Gatorade Zero bottles. I have canned foods, and these are weights that I would use for if we're doing shoulders or core work or a lot of reps, which is what HIIT really is because you get about 15 to 20 reps in during our 45 to 60 second intervals that we use at Burn. And here I also have a backpack for what we would do for strength day. You can fill this up with books or water bottles and get up to 30 pounds of resistance here, putting it on your back or holding it in front of you or overhead. So at Burn, we also do a lot of body weight conditioning exercises, which you can obviously do at home. And the reason that it's so much safer to do it at Burn is because we have that floating floor, which absorbs the shock in your joints. And we don't have that at home, so we need to be very careful and practice good form and not overdo the workouts that we do at home. I have a few exercises that I was going to demonstrate that you can do at home, just very simple, basic exercises. And once you perfect form with these, it's easy to create tension and resistance by challenging yourself up, which we call modding up at Burn. Or if it's bothering you because you're used to the floating floor and the joints are just feeling a little bit achy, I can show you ways to reduce pressure on your joints as well. So there's 7 levels or 7 ranges of motion that we go through during exercises. The first one that we focus on is squats. So we do a lot of squats. We always mix them up. So this is just a regular squat. My knees are in line with my toes, and I'm sitting down to a 90-degree angle. To mod this up, we would go from a squat to a squat jump, and I'm landing softly on my knees, protecting my joints that way. If you need to take it down a notch, I have this chair here. And sitting down on a chair when you squat protects your joints because you are not going below that 90-degree angle. And when you get to that 90-degree angle, you're going to have this to help you stand back up, okay? You're not going to use your muscles the same way you would have to in an air squat, okay? The next movement that we do a lot of is burpees. So for a burpee, you're going to start down here, go into a push-up, jump outside your hands, and jump up, bring your hands overhead. If that's too much, you're going to step it out, drop to your knees, do your push-up, stand back up, still bringing your hands overhead into a calf raise. So there's different options for all the movements that we do. If you need to challenge yourself, something I would do here, take a canned good. When I come down to my plank, I'm going to pass it forward, pass it back, do my push-up, and then jump. You can use the tiniest, most simple things to challenge yourself at home. It's very important to still work out at home, even though this is not ideal and it's not as fun to work out at home. But if you're in that routine, your body and your mental health kind of is very used to working out And whenever you get into a funk, it really affects you mentally. And I believe that staying in a good routine during all of this stressful time is what we all need to do. So just giving yourself about 20 to 25 minutes a day of movement can help you so much. Kel, is there anything else you would like to say?
No. Are there any other exercises that they could do also, utilizing
Yes.
their couch?
So I brought this chair out to show you guys a few upper body movements that you can do, and then I'll show you lower body. So here I can hit the triceps, which is the back of your arm, which is a trouble area for a lot of women. So this one is great. You can do it just using a chair, pushing the elbow straight back. This really targets the triceps. If you want to challenge yourself with your upper body, you can also do a decline push-up, putting your feet on the chair and then going straight down, bringing your chest to the ground. You can also use this for lower body. So this is something super simple that I would use for lower body, going into a step up, very carefully, of course. You could also do a squat. With a split squat is going to target the back side of your body more than the front. So it's going to hit the hamstrings and the glutes more than a regular lunge. This is a split squat. Another thing you can do is use this to get stronger with your push-ups. So adding an incline will take more pressure off your chest. Or if you've done enough burpees and you still want to keep going for that session, you're going to bring your chest down and jump up. This will take a lot of pressure off your chest as well. Other things I have, what people don't know is that when you put the weights over your head and extending the weight further away from your body, that challenges you in at least 60% harder than a regular squat. So if we're doing squats at home and you just are kind of bored, you don't feel challenged, what you can do is hold weight over your head. It doesn't have to be a lot of weight. It'll still challenge you much more. That engages your core and your lats, which is the back and sides of your back muscles. These are also great for core exercises. So a movement we do a lot at Burn is called a V-up. So what that looks like is laying straight down and then extending your legs and bringing your hands and your feet together. To challenge yourself, you can grab a weight in one hand and bring it all the way up. The asymmetrical movement there, where the weight is not evenly distributed in your body, challenges your core to stabilize even more. So all of these here, something you can do for shoulder exercises is grabbing your water bottles. You can even grab heavier things such as milk jugs or your backpack here with weights, doing shoulder presses. This would be a good burnout for after you've exhausted these muscles and you want to just get a little bit more tension there. I have different ways to make exercises harder for people with limited equipment as well. So the first one is the most basic one that a lot of people know. You just add more reps to your circuit. So instead of doing 30-second intervals, you do 60-second intervals. That way you're getting more reps in, and it's exhausting your muscles the same way that you would if you had more weight and could challenge yourself that way. Another thing is if we're doing squats and you don't have a heavy enough weight, you only have 30 pounds in this backpack and you usually squat 60 pounds. What you would do is slowly go down into that squat, add a pause, and then slowly come back up. This is time under tension. That is when muscles grow, is when they're under a lot of tension for a long amount of time. So that's another way. You can add pulses. So for example, push-ups. A lot of women have perfected their push-ups at Burn, and they can go for at least 15 push-ups, nice, slow, and controlled. But if you want to add a little more tension, you drop it down and add 3 pulses, and then push right back up, okay? Another one that a lot of people don't know is that when you're sitting down for an upper body exercise, it is much more challenging than if you're standing up, because you might not notice when you're standing and you're pushing these weights over your head, you're using a little bit of your core strength and your lower body to help you push that weight up. So a little harder would be to be kneeling during your shoulder presses, bicep curls, tricep extensions, any of that. And to make it even more challenging, you sit all the way down, have your chest straight up, and then perform the movement. So there's plenty of ways to challenge yourself in ways that you wouldn't think of at Burn or any gym that you're used to, because you can just grab a heavier weight and your trainer's always there trying to challenge you. And at home, it's really hard to find ways to challenge yourself. So I thought maybe those 4 to 5 tips of helping you challenge yourself at home would be beneficial for a lot of people, especially people that have been working out for a long time. So that is how I would make things harder for myself. That's how I've been making things harder for myself. And I hope it helps people out there. Is there anything else, Kel, that you can think of?
I don't think so. I think you gave a lot of really good practical tips and uses for the things that you just have in your house already.
Yeah, I haven't been using a ton of heavy weights, which is my favorite way to train my body because it's challenging and it helps me feel good, and you get those endorphins boosted whenever your heart rate is up. But I've learned through all of this that I'm having, even sometimes I feel like I've had great, amazing workouts when I usually hated working out at home, but just having that space that I've made for myself each day during all this craziness and stressful times, I still give myself 45 minutes a day to move my body, and being creative with my workouts and really thinking of how to make things more challenging, I feel like is making things almost just as exciting as when I go to Burn and work out with my Burn family and everyone there.
This was so good. Thank you so much, Candace and Raquel. I have a question myself. Where can people find more information? You guys have Facebook or social media or something that maybe we could get more tips as the weeks go on? Hopefully not many more weeks, but as the weeks go on.
Absolutely. So we do have a Facebook page. It is Burn Bootcamp, Colorado Springs. We also have a website, which is burnbootcamp.com/Colorado Springs. So you can get more information there about us. We do provide some at-home workouts on our Facebook page, on our Instagram. Our Instagram is Colorado Springs Burn. And so we try to post daily at-home workouts, especially now with so many people at home and having to work out at home. If you are a member, or if you are trying us out for 14 days, you can also have access to our live Zoom workouts with Candace and with our other trainers, and then our live workout with our founder and our CEO. And so we put out a lot of content on our Facebook and Instagram, and then even more for our members, especially during this time. We have a story time for kids. We do yoga. We've got the trainers giving tips, helping with mindset, because mindset is really huge right now as well. And then we've got, I'm trying to think what other things. We've got a body rock, which is like a dance workout every Monday, and some other content to keep things different and change it up, but still giving that added value for their membership.
Awesome. So I did get another question too. Are there any tips that you guys have for staying motivated? You were just talking about mindset. Can you give us anything about that?
Can you help with that, Candace?
Yes. So I have the same problem. My job is to work out and I love it. It's my passion. But even the people that love it with everything, it's their favorite part of the day. We go through times where we're unmotivated. Something that helps me is remembering why I work out in the first place and remembering how great it makes me feel. No one is going to be motivated all the time. You have to be disciplined and remember how good it is for your body, how great you're going to feel afterwards, and the progress that you're going to make when you just give a little bit of yourself each day to bettering yourself physically and mentally. For me and a lot of women at Burn, it's kind of a safe place, a happy place. You go there, you don't feel great. When you leave, you feel so accomplished. During the workout, your trainers and the women that you work out with are just cheering you on, and nothing really makes you feel as good as whenever you've done something that you thought you could never do. A lot of women want to get a pull-up, and I have videos on my phone that I'll never delete, just people getting their first pull-up and how amazing they feel. The reason I love my job is because I see women be able to do things that they thought they could never do, and just the reaction on their face, really, it's just the most amazing thing, I think. And whenever you feel unmotivated and you really don't want to work out, I just remember how good I'm going to feel and how much closer I'll get to my goals during that time and all that it's going to do for me physically and mentally.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it.